अगर आप पिछले कुछ महीनों से किसान आंदोलन को फॉलो कर रहे हैं देन यू नो दिस पर्सन. ही इज दीप सिद्धू, वेरी पॉपुलर पंजाबी एक्टर. लेकिन एक इंटरव्यू में इन्होंने खालिस्तान को सपोर्ट किया. उसी पर इनका स्टैंड जानने के लिए आई इंटरव्यूड हिम फॉर एनडीटीवी. दिस इज एन अनकट वर्जन. हैव अ लुक. Deep Sidhu, one popular name which was always there with the farmers and all of a sudden vanished. Hi Deep. So you've been leading the farmers' protest. We spoke near Sonipat border as well. But then when you came here in Delhi, all of a sudden you disappeared. Where did you go?
No,
And what happened?
I've been here only.
Okay.
In the meantime, what happened was that because I'm very outspoken, whether it comes to, some words like Khalistan or, because what I believe that let's deal with it. Let's not kind of reject things and make it sound like that this is radical stuff.
Okay.
You understand? Until we won't understand and we deal with it and we have this perception, oh, look at this is radical, look at this is fanatic, which is not true.
So are you saying you stand by Khalistani movement?
No, I am not saying that. What I'm saying is that, see, these are political issues. Political issues need consideration and interpretations and right interpretations. Like today in our country, there is another very common phenomena, Hindu Rashtra. And if you see the seculars or the urban society, they'll be like, what is this? They feel that that's radical. Probably, see, it's people's aspiration. So what I'm saying, don't make it untouchable. Let's deal with it and let's deal with it once and for all.
So you're ready for a dialogue, but you stand with this part.
No. See, the thing is, what is a dialogue? Dialogue is that when you have a platform from both sides, if there is a different perception, a different point of view, that we accommodate both and we respect both.
Okay.
But that also doesn't mean that there is something anti-national about it. Do you understand?
Right.
We are in a union and I'm part of this union. Okay, so when I'm taking a stand with respect to some personality or with respect to some probably philosophy which is political ideology or something, that doesn't mean that I've become anti-national, because the way binaries have been created, it's never been dealt with. But the perception and the narrative has been created that, look, if he's talking about this particular political ideology, he's a radical guy. If he's talking about this particular political ideology, he's a left.
So
he's
how
from left.
I see is, the moment you said that you stand with Bhindranwala, I think then we didn't really see you on the stage, or we didn't really see you making speeches.
Yes. So what happens? See the binaries, how it gets created.
Okay. So did the Jathebandis, they ask you to not participate?
They kind of told me not to be on stage. And because they also felt that it's going probably the other way, which I said that okay, if that is the case, then there is no point disturbing the whole thing. But I stand for humanity. I stand for that wherever there is injustice, you raise your voice against that.
Okay.
And I also stand for a federal structure in our country, especially where there is such kind of diversity, cultural and biodiversity. So this doesn't mean it is radical. This doesn't mean that it is separate.
So you still believe, in your words, as you said there, ye inqilab hai. Do you still believe? And what brings you here at Singhu border today?
No, I've been here.
Okay.
Not that I've not been here.
Okay.
I've been here from that day itself. But I've not been going on stage.
Okay.
And following the discipline the way. I've been told that okay, this is the way you've got to behave.
This has been the latest conflict, but before this, another conflict was that you campaigned for BJP's Sunny Deol. Yeah. So how did you deal with that?
So look at the diversities in our lives also. Can you put it in binaries? Can you make divisions? You cannot. You don't know where life takes you and what kind of different phases will start. Because we grow as a human being, and we grow our political ideology, our social ideology.
So if you campaign for Sunny Deol, your ideologies, but they don't match with BJP, is that what you're saying?
With no political party at the moment, unless there is a total democratization in our country, which, what is it? It is there in the constitution, right? It is there that we are secular people, we are democratic people, we believe in unity, and that is in our diversity. You understand? That's our spirit.
Okay.
And that's why within the democratic means, if we are talking about it, what's the problem?
So how do you go ahead in the farmers' protest now?
No, see, farmers' protest, I've been part of it.
No, what's the way forward for you? is
Yeah,
what I'm
I'll tell you. See, at the moment, there's a deadlock. And if we talk about this deadlock, it's a grave situation according to me.
asking. Okay.
Because the dialogue is not really, it's not going into a direction where it probably should proceed towards. So now what we have to do, both sides have to consider probably the situations and reassess the situation and start serious reconciliation. Otherwise, deadlock will always be broken, or it'll break with some kind of an event. And we don't want that event should be a violence from either side. Therefore, today when I've been talking to guys over here, and you know when I go and speak, and hundreds of these guys, they gather around me. All I tell them, stay in discipline and stay peaceful.
Okay.
And that's what we have to do. And that I want to tell the Indian government as well, that see, these are your citizens, and your citizens have the fundamental rights to raise their voice if their rights are being infringed in any way,
Okay.
if they feel, right? And we are in a democratic structure, it's a democracy. Today, if your people, they don't want particular legislation to be enforced upon them, and considering such a mobilization,
So where do we-
considering such a mobilization,
Sure.
you need to give a serious consideration to that. It is not because of some radical philosophy. It is not because of some probably political philosophy. It is people's movement. It is actually today we are, where we are, that if it has not been dealt with genuineness and with seriousness, then I think this deadlock is very, very dangerous for us.
Okay, I'll give it one more shot. I know you've been giving indirect answers, but would you say that you are with the Khalistan movement, or you support that, or you stand by that? No, you're not saying that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Look, I'll tell you what. What is the Khalistani movement? First, let's understand that. See, it's not that simple. Khalistani movement was a political struggle. Okay. And who started that struggle? It originated from Punjab, right? Why? There is a background or a past to it. Okay. Today you think we should not deal with it, or we should not consider that, or should not decide in totality, right? It cannot be considered or decided, or we come to a conclusion in parts. It cannot be dealt with in parts, right? You have to
So you're saying
consider
it's
the
nuanced,
totality.
so it needs to be discussed.
It has to be discussed.
Okay.
So what happens to give an answer whether I'm with it or not with it? It's not that simple. You have to see today, if today I ask you the same question, are you with Hindu Rashtra? You know what happens? We give one or two line answer, which is not according to me right way of dealing with an issue.
Okay.
When you have to deal with such an issue, and which is so sensitive that the narrative has already been built around it and the perception has already been drawn from it, you have to be as sensitive and as sensible to deal with it.
Okay.
So my point was that when we deal with such issues within this union, we have to be really, really sensible. We have to have, from both sides, that understanding that this different point of view and different perception should be heard, and then we strike a balance.
Sure. So you've campaigned for a political party in past, and where do we see Deep Sidhu ahead, in politics or in movies?
See, today I've been making movies, right? I'm an actor
Yeah.
in Punjab. But what happens tomorrow if you tell me that I'll be part of the mainstream politics? I won't be.
Okay, you won't. Okay.
Yeah, I won't be. Reason being, because the kind of existing system we are challenging, which is unitary form of government,
Okay.
we're challenging and saying that kindly make it more federal. Little more stronger federal system within our country. So state-center relationship has to be redefined.
Okay.
So for that, one has to struggle. Either you struggle politically or socially. You build
your
a
path
civil
is social.
structure. Yeah, my path is social. To build a civil structure and struggle for it means raise your voice, for it. So, which I feel is necessary, because it's not only today what Punjab is dealing with, it's Maharashtra, which again dealing with some crisis, which can be resolved through a federal structure. Bengal is dealing with some crisis as well. Tamil Nadu and states in the south are dealing with too. There are various states, today if you actually go to those states and speak to the political leaders over there, they'll give the same kind of narrative. Because for us, we are living in a multicultural union, and that cultural threat, without having a federal system, is very, very, it's prima facie on the face of it. When any policy is made from the union, sometimes it works for a particular sector, and it doesn't work for another sector.
Okay, so no political ambitions there, but definitely the struggle is on for Deep Sidhu, is what he says, as he chooses the social path. In New Delhi, Arun Singh for NDTV.